They made more plays than we did. Tonight, I thought it was kind of back and forth. The whole game, I thought both teams were playing really hard. I thought we did a good job early. We were able to kind of weather the crowd early. We got the 9-point lead. Had a couple critical mistakes there at the end of the half. We lost Murray a couple times. And then obviously the momentum. I thought Sanford hit a huge shot there at the buzzer at halftime to go in there tied. That being said, I thought it was kind of back and forth the whole second half. Every time they made runs, we were kind of hanging in there, keeping it within distance. We had a big 3-point play heading into a timeout with Bowie. I think we cut it to 3. And then, I thought Sanford, from that moment on, his play was just great. He had a huge shot there at the end of a shot clock, a deep 3. Obviously a 4-point play. He drove in there and found Rebraca for a dunk. I thought in that stretch where the game kind of got away from us, I thought he made, in addition to other guys, but I thought when it was 3 points and it was kind of right there for us to hang in there at the end, I thought that's where the game got away and got to double figures over those next couple minutes. So proud of our guys' effort. This is not an easy place to play. They're playing really well. They're a difficult team to defend, obviously prolific offensive team, and the game got a little bit higher scoring than we needed it to be in order to win. We certainly did not want this game in the 80s. We wanted it more in the low 70s, high 60s if we could, and unfortunately we weren't able to get the stops we needed.
Can I get a
question? Yep.
Thank you.
Is there questions?
Coach, obviously you come in, focus on Chris Murray, 20-point a game scorer, and you get Rebraca and Sanford put up 20. Can you talk about their play in the second half and how they adjusted?
Yeah, no, like I said, I thought both those guys played really well. Rebraca to start the game, I think he had 6 or 8 right out of the gate. The first couple of minutes, I thought he got him off to a good start, and then he finished the game well. He had a couple huge offensive. There was a big play. Give him credit. We had him trapped in a double team and 2 guys on him, and then he kind of muscled his way through and got a layup, which was a really tough play. Had a couple good stickbacks. He's a very good player and has played well for them all year long. I mean, he's been a guy who's been a constant. And got to give Sanford credit. I know he went through his struggles early in the season, and but tonight he was terrific. 20 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, coming off the bench with 5 big threes. And like I said, about 10 of his points were when the game really mattered. And I thought, he was a big factor during that time. So that's what makes them hard. I mean, everybody can score. I mean, they got 5 guys in double figures. Tonight, it's why they're able to put a lot of points on the board, and it's why they're a difficult team to defend.
Chris, seems like, I know Iowa was shooting well in the first half, but you guys really had them out of sorts offensively. I mean, you turn them over 8 times, turned a lot of them into points. When did you see the game sort of adjust? I feel like Iowa took better care of the ball in the second half, but just curious what your vantage point was.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of back and forth, to be honest. I thought we were right there. I mean, like I said, I thought, we got that 3-point play. I'm not sure exactly when the time was. Bowie drove length of the floor, got a 3-point play. There was a timeout. We made the free throw coming out of the huddle. I think it was a 3-point game. And we felt like we were right there, and then that's when the game got, from that moment on, is when the game, like I said, Sanford hit an enormous 3 coming down right after that possession. We did a pretty good job. It was end of clock. He had a deep 3 off of a dribble handoff. They had the lob play there, where they got Phillip on a lob. Then he had a 4-point play. We weren't able to keep trading the buckets with them. So, I mean, I think all things considered, I mean, they did a good job. I mean, we were able to turn them over 13 times, which is pretty good, considering they're a pretty good ball security team. I thought our activity was good. We wanted to do, on the rebounds, they had 9 offensive rebounds, which overall is not terrible, and 4 of those were kind of the team out of bounds rebounds. So, they're a prolific offensive rebounding team. So there were some things I thought their fast break game, hurt us like it hurts a lot of teams. But again, I thought we were right there at that moment, we said, and then from that moment on, they really outplayed us. They really stepped up. They got stops, and then we couldn't stop them, and that's when the game got away from us.
Chris, I'm kind of curious. This was the Chris Street game, and you knew Chris. How special was it to be here tonight for that?
Yeah, it was a real honor. I had an opportunity to spend a little time with Chris's parents before the game. Even though we didn't know each other long, I mean, a lot of you guys know, it's well documented. I was heavily recruited by Iowa and almost came to Iowa. And a big reason for that was because of Chris. He hosted me on my visit. We had a great weekend, had a lot of fun, had so much in common, you know, really hit it off as friends. And then obviously his last game he played in a Hawkeye jersey was against me, you know, down in Duke. And I'll never forget, you know, giving him a hug after the game. It was a great game. We beat him in a close game, and giving him a hug and wishing him well. And, you know, 2 days later on that Monday, I think it was a Saturday afternoon, and then that Monday, turning on the TV and seeing the news and just, you know, being heartbroken, you know, just what a great guy he was. And, you know, we became friends. It was great to see his parents and give them a hug. It's an honor for me to bring my team here on his night because of everything that he represented. You know, he was an Iowa Hawkeye through and through, man. He loved this place, and he was a great player and an awesome person. And, you know, certainly someone that I always think of. And it's special for me every time we come here. I always walk by the locker room, you know, and I see his picture and I see the smile, and I always just take a minute to remember him. And, you know, he was a good dude, man, and it's unfair what happened to him, but I'm sure he was really proud of his Hawkeyes tonight. They fought hard in his honor.